guys, I'm Clara, and today I just wanted to talk to you about one of the limited edition releases from Charlotte Tilbury. It's her Legendary Muse palette, and you can see that this palette, if you know anything about the Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadows, is a little bit different pattern on the front of it. This one actually has the Charlotte Tilbury stars that look like they're hand-drawn on there to decorate the front, but normally it just has this kind of stripe with the Charlotte Tilbury logo on it. So first thoughts about this palette. I've never actually had a chance to look at any of the Charlotte Tilbury palettes in store, and I was actually looking to see which ones I might want to pick up in the Nordstrom Black Friday sale. And I came across this one. It was limited edition, so I figured I should pick it up while they're still available. And when I opened the box it came in, I was really shocked at how small it was. So let me show you. Compared to the size of my hand, you can see it's really, really small. And also for comparison, I have the Too Faced Sweethearts blush, which you can see fits neatly on top of this palette. So it's really small. And when you open it up, you can see that the eyeshadows don't even take up the full size of the palette in here because quite a lot of space is dedicated to the Charlotte Tilbury logo. But these are all really nice colors. They're kind of rose golds and bright golds. And this palette was supposedly inspired by models like Gigi Hadid and their kind of natural golden glowing looks. Since I am somebody who generally prefers a lighter eye look, even though today I'm wearing quite a bit of eyeliner, you know how it goes. You start on one eye and then the line is uneven and you just keep going and then you have like Cleopatra eyes going on. But this is definitely a palette that can be worn every day, I think, as a really natural look. I have included a tutorial at the end of this video if you would like to see that. And all of these shadows do go on the eye really, really nicely, even without primer. Today I'm wearing the MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre, but I was wearing them the other day when they came. I just tested them out without primer, and I did find that because I have pretty oily eyelids, they did get just a little bit of creasing, but honestly it wasn't that bad. But I do find that all of the eyeshadows are really pigmented and they're incredibly blendable, and I love them. I feel like they're really good quality for the price, and because I think I can get a lot of use out of this palette from day to day, I didn't mind paying a little bit more for the smaller size of eyeshadows just because I never hit pan on anything anyway. I have so many eyeshadows. If you are looking for something that has some darker colors, like you want a kind of smokier look, most of the other Charlotte Tilbury palettes are like very dark and smoky, and so if you are into those kind of eye looks, then maybe you should check those out. But just because I know I'm somebody who never really reaches for darker colors, for me this was kind of the perfect color selection in a palette. The colors in the pan look a little bit like peachy, and this one looks kind of canary yellow, I guess, and this one even looks a little bit green in the pan for some reason, but when they're all on the eye, they actually create more of a rose gold kind of effect. This prime shade here is supposed to be applied all over the lid, and the color matches my skin tone pretty well. It's a little bit peachy, a little yellow. It does have a mild shimmer in it, and you can use this shadow to kind of blend out the eye look, but personally I would prefer to blend with kind of a matte nude or slightly like cream color, something matte to kind of blend it into the rest of your skin tone. But I am glad that they didn't include a kind of like matte brow bone color or transition color in this palette because, you know, when you're paying that much per eyeshadow, you want to have all unique eyeshadows that you don't already have in your collection, and I don't mind really reaching for something else to kind of complete the look. This certainly can be worn as a complete look. If you're just careful not to apply too much when you're blending it out, then you don't have to kind of cover it up. This shade is the Enhanced shade, and this is actually a very like true kind of golden, like almost a marigold, slightly orangish shade. All of these shades do have a bit of shimmer in them, but it's a very like elegant, refined shimmer. And I actually think that this Enhanced shade would look just as good applied all over the lid as it does kind of in the crease. I wouldn't really say that it deepens the crease. These are about the same depth of color, but I do find that it just creates an interesting transition to go from kind of that peachy pink color to the golden color in the crease, and then of course your crease is naturally darker because it's deeper set, so it's going to give the illusion of more depth. This smoke shade looks very similar to the prime shade in the palette, but slightly darker. But in the swatches that I'll show you in just a minute, you can see that this is kind of a deeper, like a dusty rose color, and it looks really, really gorgeous. It gives you that slight amount of smoked eye that you can still wear on a daily basis. If you are looking for just a ever so slightly deeper look, you can do what I did today and apply this smoke shade as kind of a halo on the eye, and then use the pop shade for just a bit of gold in the center. Speaking of this pop shade, I know it looks kind of green in the pan, but this is a really like true gold glitter shade, and lately I've been trying a lot of kind of glitters or foiled shades, and I have such a hard time with putting them onto the eye even if they swatch well. This one, you just dip your finger in it and you pat it on your lid, and it just shows up just as true as when you swatch it, which, you know, for the price, it's better, but just I haven't been having a lot of luck lately with my foiled shades, so I was really happy to find one that was so nice and pigmented, and just all of these shadows really are very easy to use, and for that reason I love this palette and I would recommend it if you don't mind the smaller size, and also if you would like a more natural lighter eye look and don't want kind of darker, smokier colors that Charlotte Tilbury is known for, then this is a really good palette and I would recommend getting your hands on it either now, or you can try to hang on to the Nordstrom Black Friday sale, which should be going on the day after Thanksgiving. I believe it goes for 3 days right after Thanksgiving. I didn't participate in the Black Friday sale at Nordstrom last year, but I heard that they got 30% off of cosmetics, so we'll see. I'm hoping to do kind of a Charlotte Tilbury mini brand review after I haul some items in the Nordstrom sale. Just a couple of last things about this palette before we jump into the swatches. It is 5.2 grams of product, and on the back of the box it does say that you have 30 months after opening this product to use it up before it expires, but I don't know, I mean, expiration dates, I feel like if the product still smells good and if it's still just as blendable and everything, and if you're cleaning your brushes regularly before you apply it onto your face, then it should last you even longer than that. So I tend to think of these expiration dates more as a suggestion rather than an absolute rule, just depending on how you're using the product and if you're keeping it very clean. And that is it for my Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Muse palette review. I am hauling a lot of items on this Tuesday. They should be coming in from the VIB Rouge sale, so if you want to subscribe so you don't miss that. I will try to film those as soon as they come in. I'm expecting them on Tuesday, but don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss out on any items. I am going to be hauling just a few like holiday sets, but most of it is going to actually be some permanent items, so you know, if you do happen to miss out on the sale, I think I've chosen some really good things that you could enjoy through the rest of the year anyway. I do have just a few other holiday 2016 videos on my channel if you're looking for something else to watch after this video. If not, thanks for stopping by, and I hope that you'll stick with me through the swatches and a quick little eye look that I did with this palette. And as always, happy shopping!